It is 11:18 p.m. and the Philadelphia Eagles are the world champions, Super Bowl champions of the National Football League, whatever the thing's called. They won it. They did it. They made it, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. I want to make fun of their fans, but you know what? You know what loyalty is? Loyalty is craziness of fans, and I gotta say, I might have had the wrong perception of these people. I saw the gunshot thing recently. I've always known there's a lot of passion behind them as fans, but then when you're kind of around it and you're watching, like, I wish I cared about anything at all in the world like I care about this. So, yeah, shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to the Eagles fans. Shout out to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Anybody who's associated with it, good for y'all. That was fun. Because you know what you did? You took the giant off the mountain. And I think a lot of people felt that way. We were like, maybe we don't love the Eagles. But you know what would feel really good if it wasn't the Chiefs? And, you know, hey, Taylor Swift's boyfriend finally got a loss. They might break up. This might be the end. You can't date a loser when you're the biggest winner in the world. There's going to be a ripple effect to this. It's not just going to be about the Super Bowl. It's going to be about the breakup. And maybe Patrick Mahomes starts talking about contract renegotiations. Maybe Jackson Mahomes does something stupid again. You know, there's just so many things that can happen out of this for it to ruin the Chiefs' legacy. And Philadelphia fans, I want to thank you for creating that opportunity of chaos that we all really needed in the NFL. And y'all been working hard for years, and you deserve it. And I'm not a Philly fan. I'm not going to say that. But I am more of a supporter now than ever before because of your love and passion for your team. And are you guys absolutely nuts and crazy? Yes. You are the most nuts and crazy of them all, but so am I. So you know what? Maybe I just need to go to your stadium, watch a game, and get a little loose off of some Fireball and whatever the hell it is you drink, and just feel the vibe for a second. Because honestly, I didn't hate where I was at tonight. A lot of Eagles fans, and it wasn't that bad. Yeah, did people try to break a table when they throw in chairs at the end? Sure, but what do you expect? It's a Super Bowl. Like, how many times do you get a chance to win one of these in a lifetime? Depending on who you are, never. So good for Eagles fans and the Eagles as a whole. To sum up the game real quick, it was actually it was exciting to see a team dominate from beginning to end. Like, that's cool. It sucked to see a team that you expected more from to just be terrible the whole time. And you're like, what was that? Was that bad sushi last night? Was that, some sort of issue in the hotel? Was it the flu? Is there an excuse for this? Because it really was like, hey, one team came up showing like they wanted to be there. The other one was just like, yeah, we've done this a lot and we don't really care anymore. Disappointing for the Chiefs. Good luck to those fellas moving forward. Let's see what happens. But the Eagles been knocking on the door for a while. And, I think maybe people will rally around them. If they do this next year and the following, will they hate them like everyone does the Chiefs because we're tired of seeing them? Probably. I don't think there's anybody who can actually win a Super Bowl consecutively and people just go, well, at least it's the blah, blah, blahs. I think, Tampa Bay, that's where I live. If the Bucs started pulling off something like this, they'd hate us more. We're from Florida, right? There's just nowhere. Maybe the Midwest, maybe Chicago, maybe the Bears go on a stretch for a little bit. I don't think so. Maybe it's about the personalities. Maybe we're just tired of the same old answers every time. Like, well, we just got to work hard as a team and we got to play better together and be a better team and stuff. It's like, no, you don't. You get paid to play sports. That's your job. Your job is to play sports. It's not a business. It's not a business interview every time we got to interview you guys. I get it. It sucks. Honestly, I wish they didn't even ask you guys questions. It's not fair. But yeah, we just want something that we can all buy into and gravitate to. Too clean cut. Too easy, too much, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, which, hey, good for them. Happy for their love. I'm even more excited for the breakup album, which will be titled, what was this, Super Bowl 59? 49? Super Bowl 49, the breakup. That's going to be the next album. Talk about, you dropped me like you dropped passes in the Super Bowl. I think, that'd be the worst. I'd actually feel terrible if, like, you got broken up with because you dropped a pass in the Super Bowl. Like, how hard is that to live with for the rest of your life? That's pretty terrible, actually. So I hope it doesn't happen. But, man, I'm looking for a banger of an album, coming out in the next, 2 years. So if it's that, great. If it's not, Good for them. Could not be happier. And no hate on the Chiefs at all. They work hard. They're a good team. We're done with you. You're boring. You're too good. You're too good and you're too boring. Yeah, we need something else. We need like the Detroit Pistons of like the late 2000s or like, whatever that era was. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups. Like there was excitement and energy to that team. We needed an exciting team to win again. We need a team to win the Super Bowl who is not supposed to be there. That is the best champion in any sport that exists in the world. Anytime a team's like their odds were so ridiculous we could bankrupt Vegas, and for them to win is so exciting. Think about the Marlins, the Florida Marlins, Miami Marlins. Like historically, never expected to win, they win. It feels like underdogs don't have a chance to win anymore, and people want that. And this was in neither case an underdog situation. Both great teams. But we want more of that. We want a little bit more of like, I'll root for this team because they're not supposed to be there. How fun is that? So I'm doing my best to piece this together, and I'm gonna try to summarize it up all with this. The Chiefs showed up and acted like the game was already won. They thought it was in the bag. They said, we don't care about the Eagles. Jalen who? Saquon what? And that's just wrong. You got to respect your opponent. And it showed quickly. And it showed that they were prepared to be there, but not be great to play. I will say, there was one point in time in the game where I saw that like both offensive lines looked great, and I was like, that's so exciting. As a Florida State football fan, I'm like, I haven't seen a good offensive line in like ever. So cool. And then at some point, the Chiefs O-line just died. They were like, hey, we actually don't want to be here anymore. There's an all-you-can-eat buffet down the street we're thinking about, and we just want to go do that like as soon as possible, basically. So yeah, shout out to the Eagles, Josh Sweat, Florida State. That was fun to watch. And the most important thing, the bet of the night, the bet of the year. I wish I put my life savings on it. I will never be proud of myself for this bet, but I'm happy it happened. Cooper DeJean, Day, Jean, however you say that. I think it's DeJean like mustard. With what might be the first and probably only Super Bowl pick six by a white cornerback. If I had more resources, I would look into this and say, is there any way to measure that? Do we have any way to compare this to other pick six? I think that might be the only one. And you know who bet on that to happen? Your boy. And he didn't bet enough, but just the excitement of seeing it potentially happen and actually happen could have been the most exciting moment of my life. So I think I might take those winnings and just buy the Cooper DeJean jersey. The bet of the night. It's Cooper DeJean. It's $5 to win like $150 or whatever it was. I don't know. And he did it. He did it for me because he cared about me. He cared about me, and my gut instinct was that this guy is about to make history. Everyone's talking about him. He's got a podcast coming out called something about being white. I don't know what it is. And you know what doesn't matter that detail at all? But you know what's interesting is that everyone talks about it a lot. And it's kind of neat to see somebody who's against all odds athletically changed the course of history a little bit. Good for him. Happy birthday. But I will just always remember this as the night that Cooper DeJean turned my $5 into $130 because he wanted to make history. And I was just like, hey, my gut instinct told me, I'm like, this will never happen again. He might never be in a Super Bowl again the rest of his life. There might never be a white cornerback in the Super Bowl the rest of my life. So we had a chance. The bet that missed was the craziest bet. The Cooper DeJean and the other white corner, I'm trying to, I don't know, whatever his name was. The two white corners on the Eagles, I don't think it's hard to look up. I had both of them getting anytime touchdowns. Like that wouldn't have paid me as much because I bet so little, but still, it's fun to think about. It's fun to think about history happening like at any point in time. So shout out to the Eagles. Go Eagles fans. Go destroy the town. Go make it nuts. Go regret everything you do tonight because you know what? This might not ever happen again. So whatever happens, happens. Go tear down a light post, break a window, flip over a cop car, call an axe, write a book, get in touch with your feelings. You know, tell one of your buddies you love them even though you really don't. You know, do something. Make it exciting. You know, enjoy this moment. I haven't had anything to celebrate since 2014 when Florida State won the national championship. That is so sad. And you guys have this moment. So enjoy this moment. And create chaos and be yourselves. And just know that no matter what I've said, I think I'm actually a supporter and a fan now, and I love you guys. Have a good night. I'm hammered.